Mitch McConnell, it sounds like, is on the way out. Breaking. This is from Conservative Brief. I just said, what, Chris? What if I started talking with a lisp? Can you develop a lisp later on in life? I wonder. Yeah, they tried for Joe. No, Joe, they tried with the stutter. Remember, he's talked fine his whole life, and then all of a sudden he starts running for president, and he's so addled with dementia that, he's always overcome a stutter. All right, anyway, quit. From Conservative Brief, breaking. Republican senators actively preparing for Minority Leader Mitch McConnell to retire after he was hospitalized. Apparently, he has a severe concussion, and they're saying potentially serious brain damage. Now, let's set the Mitch McConnell stuff aside for a moment. This is really not about Mitch McConnell. Rumor has it, as we speak, as you're listening to the sound of my voice, people are angling for his job. Because remember, Mitch McConnell is not a Democrat. He's a Republican. So you have to have at least partially a functioning brain to serve as a Republican senator. If you're a Democrat, you can go up there all day long and just... If you're a Republican, you at least have to think. Now, normally you have to be a low-T weenie as well, but you have to be able to think and speak and things like that. That's just kind of the thing Republican voters demand. Not so much on the Democrat side. But, okay, Mitch McConnell apparently has a busted-up brain. I hope that's not the case. As much as I dislike Mitch McConnell, that's freaking horrible, but we'll set that aside. Rumor has it, as we speak, people are angling for the job. The new job of being the top dog in the Republican Senate. Maybe you're sitting there right now saying, yes, Jesse, I'm so excited. But maybe you shouldn't be. Guess who's angling for the top job? John Cornyn and John Thune. Aww. Two of the biggest schmucks in Washington, D.C. Two of the biggest low-T GOP losers who constantly line up behind every bit of bipartisan legislation and just screw our side over and over and over and over again. Maybe right now you're screaming at the radio and punching something saying, Jesse, please tell me that's not true. Jesse, why? How? So we haven't done this for a while. Let's do this again. Why do people get into leadership positions in Washington, D.C.? Speaker of the House or head of one of the important committees or Senate Majority Leader or Minority Leader, one of the important committees. How do they do it? Is it ideological? Hey, who's to the far right? Hey, who's to the middle? No. Here's how you get elected there. Favors. What kind of favors? Not the dome favors. Money favors. Politics, running for office, so much of it is about money. You need money to spread your message. Remember that important Supreme Court race we just lost in Wisconsin? And everyone lined up to say, he's too pro-life. They made him look like a nut job. Well, you see, they had $14 million to spend on various things, saying Daniel Kelly's the Antichrist. Daniel Kelly had $2 million to put up ads saying, actually, I'm not the Antichrist. When you have $14 million versus $2 million, you can make anybody seem like anything you want. I could drag Mother Teresa out there if she was still alive and make Mother Teresa look like a horrific hag if I had $14 million to do so. And if she only had $2 million to spend, well, Mother Teresa's going to lose. I've experienced this myself. You remember when I lost my congressional race against Gabrielle Giffords? I was the Republican nominee. You don't have to bring up that it's 2 times, Chris. I know that it's 2 times. Anyway, the first time was against Gabrielle Giffords when I beat the pants off the establishment guy, and then I was the nominee. Only I'd spent all my money thinking that maybe someone would raise me some with the establishment when I won. Turns out they didn't really like me very much at all. Anyway, well, she had 3 weeks where she had millions of dollars, spending it on television, telling every old person in Arizona, and there's a lot of them, telling all of them that I'm going to take away their Social Security. I'm going to take away their Medicare. Now, that may sound crazy, but if you're some old person and you don't pay that much attention and that really all you know is what you see on TV and you don't see any Jesse ads coming up afterwards saying, that's not true, then you believe it. I had old Republicans coming up to me in diners telling me they voted for Gabrielle Giffords because I was going to take away their Social Security. Back to money. Money does matter in politics. You must raise it. In the rare occasion when I bring politicians on who are running for office, I do so you can hear their message and send them money. And I'm not sorry about that. They need it. They need your money. It's the way they do it. Anyway, so to get a leadership position, why was Nancy Pelosi in a leadership position for so long? Because it doesn't make sense, does it? Why would you put Grandma Vodka as the face of your party? She's a Disney movie villain. Nobody, not a single person in the United States of America, left, right, middle, young, old, and man, woman, doesn't matter. No one sees Nancy Pelosi talk and says, man, she seems wonderful. I think we should hang out. I would love to have a beer with Nancy Pelosi. We could do a vodka chugging contest. No one says that. I'm Nancy Pelosi. I'm a rich San Francisco liberal who's half drunk all the time, and I really hate you peasants. So how could someone so unlikable become the face of the Democratic Party? Nancy Pelosi raised boatloads of money for other Democrats. Therefore, when it comes time to vote for the next Speaker of the House, when you control the House as a Democrat, when the Democrat Party controls the House, Nancy Pelosi, hey, Congressman Communist, I'm going to need your vote for me for Speaker. Why? Oh, I'm the one who raised you $20,000 in your last House race. Remember that? You do remember that, right? Yeah, thanks for your vote. I appreciate it. Now, fast forward to where we are now. You hear that Mitch McConnell might be gone, and I hope you're not cheering the brain damage, but you're cheering the fact that he's about to be gone. We don't want him leading the party anymore in the Senate. Completely useless, has sold us down the river a million times. And you're thinking, nice, let's get one of the good ones. And there aren't many good ones. There's, 4 or 5 of them that are even decent in the Senate. Nice, hopefully we'll get one of the good ones. And then I come on the radio, and I just totally just pee all over your Cheerios. I tell you it's going to be John Cornyn or what, Chris? It's fine. I tell you it's going to be John Cornyn or John Thune, and you're freaking out just like I am. That sucks. How can this be? We can't. Well, John Cornyn and John Thune, because they're uniparty establishment losers, are able to raise gigantic sums of Washington, D.C. money. And they raise that gigantic sum of Washington, D.C. money so then they can take that money and turn around and hand it out to other Republicans running in critical Senate races so that when this moment comes, when Mitch McConnell's finally done, whether by his choice or not, John Cornyn, John Thune, and there'll be other losers who throw their hat in the ring, they raise that money and hand out that money so they can do that same knock on the door that Nancy Pelosi does. Hey, Senator Dork, it's me, John Cornyn, the biggest dork of them all. I want to be the next leader of the GOP Senate. And maybe Senator Dork says, John, I've already been talking to my friend. I'm good buddies with Marco Rubio. I was thinking about supporting Rubio. Oh, okay, yeah, that's nice, Senator Dork. But remember, me, John Cornyn, the biggest dork of them all, I'm the one who raised you $50,000 for your last Senate run. My PAC wrote a $50,000 check to your PAC. So I'm going to go ahead and need that vote. Why are we going to get stuck with another establishment uniparty loser? That's why. Money is why.